All right. Peace, 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 everybody. And we are live. My name is Brenda Williams, and I am the founder of Culture Shift Hers Unite, the soul of a leader, the podcast for she who lives and works from the soul, and the Brenda Williams Show. And I'm so excited because we are interviewing today one of our amazing sponsors. And I sort of got overwhelmed last week when we introduced all of our sponsors and had that real time moment that all of our sponsors are all women. And it actually makes me even more excited that a good majority of our sponsors are also Black women. So we're here with the founder of iRockItBald, Tam Flake. You know her out here in these streets as a powerhouse speaker, banking professional, and yes, the founder of iRockItBald. Diagnosed with alopecia at the age of 6, Tam has turned decades of personal struggle into a bold and powerful message of healing and empowerment, and what it means to stand in her truth with her heart and a deep sense of purpose. Whether addressing corporate leaders, youth, or faith based communities, Tam inspires audiences to embrace their truth, stand in their confidence, and live a life that they want fearlessly, freely, and fully. Y'all, welcome Tam Flake, y'all.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Tam. So, I
Girl,
mean,
did I write that intro or did chat write that? That was good.
listen, listen, it's the truth. It is the truth. I'm so excited to have you on today for a number of reasons because, well, one, it always delights me to be in conversation and community with other Black women, but also to just taking what has perhaps been a point of pain and now shifting that, alchemizing that into a place of purpose. And
Right.
you're supporting so many others to embrace their journey. And so I would love to hear what inspired you to found iRockItBald.
Well, it's funny and thank you for having me here. I just and your everything that you're doing is just truly blessed and aligned, and I'm so honored to be here with you again, streaming live. So thank you for giving me the space and the platform to share my message. Um, but I would say what helped me to find iRockItBald was really just starting an Instagram page and being fearless about putting my image out there. I mean, that's what it was initially. It was probably around like 2007 when the iPhone and the i this and the i that was really popular. And I was like, what would be a good, what did we call them? Avatars? Or I don't remember when Instagram first came out, what we called our handles. But my handle, I just was like, I rock it bald. And so it just started off as that, right? And then it just took on deeper meaning as I began to share my message. I want to say um, a few years later, I started going live and doing it in short snippets, like 90 seconds or less. Sometimes I went 3 minutes, but I did it like that because I'm like, people attention spans are short. But I started sharing during Alopecia Awareness Month, which is coming up here in September. I started sharing small snippets of my story from when I was diagnosed to, how we handled that, to the different types of wigs, to, friendships and relationships and marriage and children and professional workplace experiences. I just started sharing all of those experiences and those stories briefly in a live setting, just to give people some awareness and acknowledgement around how something that may seem very cosmetic has deep physical and psychological impact on the individuals. I mean, you think about people who walk around with their heads bald. I mean, it takes a journey. It takes a certain level of confidence to get to that space, because there are men, there are women, there are children who just don't. They're like, I'm too vain. I can't do it. I ain't there yet. I've talked to women who are in their 60s and like, keep doing you, sis, because I can't get there yet. Women in my family circle, immediate friends of the family who have been diagnosed with it that I never knew about, but until I started sharing my story, because they were just like, I don't have the confidence to do it, the courage to do it, the whatever it takes to just live my truth without hair. And so I felt bold enough to do it for a couple of reasons. One was I was in Florida, it was hot, I was sweating under a wig, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm taking this wig off, right? I'm just gonna step out here bald. I don't know nobody here. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm gonna just do me. And so I did that. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it a try and come back home, do the flight, wear a hat without the hair, and just see how well it's received. See, first of all, see how comfortable I feel walking in that truth around a city where people actually know me. And then it transitioned into, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm gonna make appearances at family gatherings and then at friend gatherings and then out in public at social gatherings where I can't control the audience. And it was well received. I never got any like feedback that was like, what is wrong with you? You look sick. Or it was always, you look beautiful. You got the perfect shaped hair for that. And so once I was able to get those reaffirming words in my spirit, it really helped me to continue to build my confidence, because my confidence was like 50-50 when I did it. Right. But when people saw me in the world and they reaffirmed, like, you got this, you're beautiful, that helped. And so I wanted to do the same for an audience. And so iRockItBald took on more purpose. And so I've built this now into an organization where we're welcome to all. You don't just have to be living with alopecia. It's hair loss, period. From whatever reason you have hair loss, and just regaining that, confidence and just courage and the resilience to be able to be you truly and authentically in this world, because it's so empowering to just be you and not have to worry about hair. My showers be like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about covering up hair. I wash, and I'm out, and it's just so, it gives you so much time back in your life, from having to go to the beauty salon or maybe get the full weaves or whatever time you spend doing your hair is gone, right? Like, you're just doing self-care for you. So I just built this platform, and I recently released and published the iRockItBald.com website, which, oh my gosh, I built that website probably back during the pandemic. And I never released it because I'm like, it's not ready. And then finally I was pushed to go ahead and release it. So iRockItBald is here to help.
And what's the website one more time?
iRockItBald.com.
So we want everyone to follow you, to be in touch with you, to hire you to come out and speak.
Yeah.
You're in a dynamic empowerment, transformational speaker. And when we talk about, your journey and your story, when you connect with an audience, when you are in community with others who have experienced hair loss, what do you want people to walk away with? How do you want them to feel after they leave your presence?
Yeah, I want people to walk away feeling inspired, feeling confident, and feeling like whether they choose to rock it bald or not, that they know that they have the option, right? Because I have girlfriends who also have alopecia who, depending on the day, you might see her with hair, you may see her without, but it's her choice. I was just looking at some pictures she posted recently, and she had a cute little wig hat combo on, and it was some braids. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. I always wanted to wear ponytails and cornrows and put my little baby hairs on the side and do all the things with edges that I never could because we didn't have those options back in the 80s and the 90s, and really even the early 2000s when the front laces first came out, and I bought them down in Georgia at the beauty supply. I still didn't know what I was doing. Wasn't no glue, wasn't no figuring out how to cut it, do the makeup thing. Like all of the resources weren't there yet. And now I'm just looking at wig culture like, dang, I don't even want to wear a wig no more. But y'all making me want to wear a wig. Like I would look so weird with hair right now. But I want people to walk away knowing that they are empowered to make a choice and to own that power. Like nobody can take that away from you once you own it. You know, if you want to wear purple hair in the morning and be bald in the afternoon, do you? Because I've done that before.
Yeah.
You know, I was at work one day and I went on lunch and I was like, I need a new wig. And went and bought one, tried it on, and went back to work after lunch with a new hairdo. And felt completely fine about it. You know what I mean? Like I just went and got my hair done on my lunch break.
I love that. And I love the ability, the autonomy, and I love when we take up space and create agency for ourselves. I do what I want. I'll do hair, I'll not do hair. And I love how you spoke about of course, the evolution of hair and the innovation where, you know, you can have edges if you want. You can have a side part. You can have you can have 4C edges. They got 4C edges now.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds fun.
So to match our hair texture better. So
okay.
Straight edges.
Okay.
It's the kink level, the curl, the coil.
Got you. It's the texture. Got it.
Texture. So there's such an evolution in hair. And so my next question for you is this, Sam, and I'm sure, you know, because of who you are and the empathy that just comes off of you, is there any experience or story that just really touched you, that just really lingered with you of a share? Of course, no names, but was there any experience where you had someone just really tell you what a profound impact iRockItBald has had on them?
Yes. In fact, I just had someone tell me that on Sunday, and it nearly moved me to tears. Like I'm probably gonna start crying telling this story now, but the words that she spoke to me, I wanted to stand there and absorb them and be an active listener in that moment when she was saying it. But it was so much going around us. I'm like looking for the video because she recorded it and she did it live. Yeah. So I don't know if I should say her name, but she was live when she did it, so it should be okay, right?
Well, if doubt means don't. So
okay. So I met a woman. I was out on a walk one day, and this was probably in my early years of, releasing my wigs and my hair. So I would say sometime around 2012, 13, 14-ish. I was going for a walk down at Hart Plaza on the riverfront. And I ran into a lady. We were like standing at like a food truck or something in Hart Plaza. And I looked at her and she looked at me and she asked me a question like, do you have alopecia? And I was like, yeah, I do. Do you, she was like, so do I. But at the time she had on like this 27 piece and she had her makeup done all good. And like, you would never know, but like, I can recognize the signs. I know what it looks like, the difference between alopecia and some other reason for hair loss, right? Skin just looked different. And so we got to talking and fast forward. So I said, what was that, like over 13 years ago at this point, right? Fast forward, I've connected with her throughout the years. We friends on Facebook. We see each other. We've sat down and done interviews together. It's published on my page and stuff like that. And so I saw her yesterday and she walked up to me, embraced me with the biggest hug. And she just spoke such powerful words that I feel like it was the first time I heard it. And she basically was telling me that this woman changed my life and helped me to embrace my authenticity. And I'm paraphrasing, this is not verbatim. Helped me to embrace my authenticity and walk in my truth. And I love her. Like she has helped me to empower in my story and just be me fully, authentically. And her words had such power in it. I was just like, oh my God, I did that for you. Wow. To hear somebody say that back to me, because she wasn't, walking around with her bald head on a regular basis. And she still doesn't today, but she owns her power to choose. And so having someone tell me that I helped them through that journey really reinforces why iRockItBald exists.
That's right. Oh, and I know that that has to be affirming, because when we step out on faith to do something and we have no blueprint for it, we don't know where the funding's coming from, where the people are coming from. Okay, I'm going to do this thing because I feel an inner pull to do it. And then you have words that land on you that way. I'm sure that had to make your heart expand.
It really did. And we've been talking a lot about alignment, the alignment year, and everything just happening in its perfect time, right? And the fact that you just asked me that question and she laid those words on me the day before yesterday. Wait, is today Monday? Today
Today,
Tuesday.
today.
Okay, so yes, day before Monday. See, I'm losing track of the days. Lord help me. But it just really reinforces the alignment, and it's like, oh God, you know what you be doing.
God be gotten.
Mm-hmm.
God be gotten. And so, speaking of the aligned year, you said yes to the aligned year. And so that supports, of course, not just your business, but also your soul's unfoldment and soul's growth. Tam, what made you say yes to a program like this or an offering like this?
Yeah, well, one, because we go way back, and I know that you've been out here laying foundation for years, right? Like, it was seeded in me years ago by our mutual friend. Like, you need to link up with Berhinda and do something, right? Like, get your nonprofit off the ground, do blah 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 blah. I'm like, I don't know what that is, and I don't know if I'm ready to do that right now, but duly noted, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. And
Ooh,
so when our paths began to cross again, just through mutual relationships again, and this time a different mutual relationship, I'm like, okay, this woman's in my life right now for a reason. And I said yes because when you were telling me about it, everything was aligning. Like, alignment just continues to come to the forefront of what it is that we're doing. I'm like, yeah, this is in line with what I'm doing right now. This
ooh.
sounds like what I need to do. I need those women, or people in my life who are going to help carry me across the finish line, because I be having great ideas. Like, I can come up with some stuff. My execution is just when it comes to it. And so I'm like building this team to get this done. And you're a part of the team now. Like, yeah, you've got the program and everything, but you're part of the team to help me get this thing all the way across the finish line. So I said yes for those reasons. And even without having the outline in my hand and fully understanding exactly what it is, that because I've been like dragging on schedule. but I'm right here with it. I'm right here with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta get with her. I gotta get with her. And then just making it happen. Even as slowly as I'm moving, I know nothing but good is gonna come from it when we align and we get it done. So I still gotta schedule those other appointments
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, you.
here today.
And I'll keep just saying, "Hey, girl." But to those who are watching and listening, especially those of us that know we have a called life, you're never going to get everything lined up. It's never going to be perfect. It's
Nope.
never going to be like, okay, walk into this store at 12 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon, and then everything else. It just doesn't happen that way. But what I can promise is when you take the leap, either the ground will meet you, or you will sprout wings and fly, or you'll be carried on the back of an eagle. It will always take you to your next unfoldment, your next leg of the journey.
Yeah.
As it's a faith walk, you
Yeah.
know. And at the time I started it, I didn't see anybody doing anything like what I wanted to do. And then, being perfectly honest, mostly the coaching world, as far as I saw it, was mostly white women that got laid off from corporate jobs, that just kind of parlayed their skills into this thing called coaching. And it would consistently frustrate me that I would hear things like, "Oh, it's your mindset." And I would say, "Oh, but it's America's systemic racism." So I don't know if it's me or is it the structure in which we're living in. And I mean, of course, yes, mentally, intellectually, you can get that, yes, I'm my own worst enemy, or I have 24 hours in a day, or whatever the cliches are around it. It really does have to start within. I mean, on a deeper, more spiritual level. I had to remember and speak in a different context the words that I heard all my life as a child. You're a child of God. All things are possible for they who love it. Like, I would have to recontact, put those in a different context. And I would, my personal favorite, speak those things as though they were.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put them in a different, oh, okay, so this doesn't just apply here within, a religious space. No, this is spiritual living.
Yeah.
It's living from one's soul. Like, these are God's promises to you. And so I even had to deconstruct who God is and who God can be through me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's a whole, so it's like, okay,
Yeah.
undoing, peeling layers back, a lot of crying, a lot
Yeah.
of
And that was another reason why I said yes too, because of your connection to God, to the word, and how deeply rooted that is in what you're doing. So that was another reason why I said yes, that spiritual connection.
all I can say is amen, our woman, and Ashe, and all of it, because Tam, yes, there's something in our genetic coding that we really do have to understand, that God loaded us up with the essence, with the purity of God's fullness, and it lives on the inside of us, and it just needs portals and pathways, and sometimes an ignition, something to be a catalyst to spark it. And sadly, sometimes that catalyst may come in the form of a loss, of a transition. But when we can really just kind of sit in it and don't mind the discomfort of it, we can get those beauty for ashes. We can get the pearls that come out of it. So I am just so excited that you said yes. And of course, I would even say, just your midwife in this, you have your own multimedia platform. So I would love for you to share with our audience about the I Am Every Woman movement, and
Oh yeah.
yes, and all of the amazing work that is happening from that movement.
Yep. So the Every Woman talk show is featured on Every TV Plus. So it is a group of 5 of us women who co-host this talk show, locally produced by Every Media, and we've been airing shows for the last 4 years on our YouTube channel, and we talk about all the things. And what we're doing is creating community for women, finding ways to uplift each other, our brands, whatever endeavors that we're focused on, talking politics, personal relationships, just girl chat, current events.
Girl, $50 at Macy's. I thought that one was so cute.
Right?
Yes.
Right? I'm
I was
like,
like, yes, because
I went
that's
to
funny.
Macy's in Somerset and tried to spend 50 and came out spending 113. So she was on one that day.
Mhm.
But we have taken women who did not have relationships previously together and formed a sisterhood. And
Mhm.
it took some, time. It has taken some work. It has taken 4 years to find that. Like, we wanted to create an instant sisterhood, but we ain't had the right formula quite yet. And we have figured it out. It has worked itself out. And now we have the 5 of us who, are truly in relationship with each other as women, as sisters, as mothers, as professionals, entrepreneurs, all the things. We are welcome in each other's homes, all that. You know what I mean? Like, you have these people who do these reality shows and talk shows and whatever, and they only see each other when they're in production. That is no longer how we roll. We have truly formed a sisterhood bond, and to that, I'll say that I know that I can, when I have not had a meal and when I am extremely tired, be a booger to work with. Okay. Like, God bless my husband on making it 22 years with me effectively tomorrow. He is a special man. But when you have women who come into your life who are like, I see you, I love you anyway, you tripping, get yourself together and come on back. Or when I can come back into that space, like, I'm tripping, I'm sorry, give me, I was wrong, all of those things, and that grace and that forgiveness is given, that just further strengthens the bond. And so that's what we've built with the Every Woman Talk Show. And so now we're really just having fun. And so hopefully that authenticity, that sisterhood comes across when we start filming again this fall, because we took a little break after our last episode in December to re-strengthen our bond.
Sure.
And so we want everybody to tune into that. And we like the feedback. And listen, we take our cues from wherever we can get them, where things are going right. Baby, when I came into your talk show the other day, I'm like, yes, Brenda. Live studio audience, the crew, you had your little lady with the microphone, I forget what her name was and what her role was.
Our associate producer. Yes, ma'am.
Producer, she did her thing. You did your thing. The whole thing did its thing. That thing was thinging.
Well, so
I'm like, okay, I see it. You did it, and you did that solo. You stood on that stage solo and held it down. So I'm very proud of you of that. And I took some notes, right? Like, okay, even how you built up the build up to get people there to show up, and the networking afterwards, even though I couldn't stay. I wish I could have. But I'm gonna be here for all the rest. So
yes, and so I mean, of course, not just because you're a sponsor. I mean, just it means so much, hearing again the affirmation from another Black woman. And I think that the more of us, because I know we can get in our heads, and me included. So I mean, full disclosure, that day I sat there in the makeup chair and cried. Like, I don't know how I even got my makeup done, because I mean, it was like, and it was just like all here, and I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna get upstairs, because here it is. And I just want to invite people into the humanity of a production.
Yeah,
I'm a whole human. So the whole gravitas of caregiving, we what else had me crying? I was in my total feels about addiction. Right. I have a friend that has a nonprofit organization. Well, she works at a nonprofit organization, particularly for men of color. But yet the other day I was listening, and of course, anyone addicted to any substance, I grieve it. I can't imagine what that's like. And then to no less have it be your child. Well, looking at what happens in spaces where, white women come together and then all support each other, it makes me think about, where's our support?
Yeah. I've truly been in that space right now too. Like, it's room for all of us. There really doesn't have to be any competition. We just have to figure out, how to speak well to each other. I think we really got to learn how to speak nice to ourselves so that we can speak nice to others.
Well,
and
now that,
and I'm preaching to myself.
Listen, now that's the word right there. Hold on, Reverend Flake. That was the sermon that will preach itself right there.
Yeah,
Say
I mean,
nice things about ourselves.
Yeah.
Things about other people. Come on.
Yeah. I got to talk nice to me with regularity. I mean, every day, and correct myself when I start to say things that aren't nice about myself. But I think it's space for all of us, and so that's why I think it's so important for us to continue to form community with women who look like us, all women in general. I mean, but yes, to your point, we need to do that for each other as well. Yeah,
we have to. And I believe that I know that our daughters are watching, even though I've transitioned from the power of girlhood, but even working with the She Project and helping them to produce a podcast. It was something to see, Tam, 13, 14, 15, 18-year-olds step into their power, like start to see, oh, I've been laying a foundation for something. And that even though certain things have happened in my life, they're not defining who I am. They've given me, it's given me perseverance. I can see who I used to be. And maybe I'm not quite who I want to be, but I'm evolving, and I'm giving myself grace and watching how they navigate conflict.
Yeah.
Right. They listen to us. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I let a few go. I was like, oh shoot, they sitting here, and they were like, we've heard worse. And I'm like, yes, you have, but I got to do better with the mouth, with the mouthpiece, because they do hear and they see things, and it's not just what you say, but it's what you do that people really pay attention to, and
Yeah.
especially teenagers, they'll throw up. But that's a contradiction. You're a hypocrite because they definitely watch. So
Oh,
I
baby, my youngest son used to catch me up all the time. Still to this day, he will check me real quick, like, but you don't do that.
right,
Why should I?
right,
And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I have moved. I have shifted from that do as I say, not as I do, because I ain't like that method of upbringing. So I try not to do it with my kids. But we are our parents, even when we try not to be.
Lord have mercy. Yes, we are. But I think it goes back to what you were naming, even outside the name of the program, alignment. We want to be congruent. We want to be in alignment because, when we are, not saying that the road is perfect, it's not, but I think that there's guidance when we stay in alignment and stay in integrity with ourselves. And yes, live our life as if our children are watching,
Yeah.
but also knowing that our ancestors are watching. And it's like, oh, I gotta get some get right. I
Yeah.
gotta get some get right. So Tam, I could do this all day, but let people know, where can they find more about your movement, iRockItBald, and also the Every Woman talk show. Where can they find all the good?
So all the good is yes at iRockItBald.com. So all the good is at iRockItBald.com. And
Mhm.
all my social media handles are at iRockItBald. So you can find all of that content there. On my Instagram at iRockItBald, I have a link tree there, and you can get to the Every Woman Talk Show by clicking on the links there. So please go like, subscribe, follow me on all the social media platforms. And, I'm really stepping into my keynote speaker era. If you are looking someone to genuinely connect with your audiences and leave them feeling empowered, leave them feeling inspired, book me. I got a book me site on my website. So I'd love to come and do a keynote for your audiences.
I love that. So I'm definitely putting a strong CTA here for people to share this with their community. I put your handle so you can put in iRockItBald across social media so that you can follow Tam and her amazing work. And so, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for sowing a seed and investing in Culture Shifters Unite, because I really do believe that in community, we can not only shift the culture, but we can create a better one.
It is my pleasure, my honor, and I am grateful with gratitude that I can be here.
Amen. Amen. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much, Tam, for being here. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're catching this on the replay, please head over to Brenda.Williams.com. All my social media handles are there. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, The Soul of a Lead Her, for she who lives and works from the soul. And sign up on the website for my newsletter so that you're up to date on all things Culture Shifters, the Brenda Williams Show, and of course the podcast. But of course, all of our amazing sponsors who this season happen to all be women. So I'm going to throw out a challenge here. Where are my brothers that believe in the work of women?
Hey.
Hey, so I'm throwing that challenge out. So if you are a business owner, you are a nonprofit leader, you're a decision maker within your organization, please consider becoming a sponsor. And it is not gender specific. So all of my non-binary folks, those who are male identified, if you have a business and you believe in the mission of equity and inclusion and love, then holla at your girl. All right. So Tam, I will see you later, friend. We'll be in touch. And thank y'all again for tuning in.